Street foodies, what's up? It's Cai Jiamo part 3 today, okay? We've made the bread, we've made the chili oil and the eggs. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to make the stuff that goes in it. You call it salads, I guess. That's not right. The vegetables, the veg. Thai means vegetable, right? Cai Jiamo, it's a vegetable sandwich. I'm gonna teach you to make the Thai. Before we get into it, I gotta shout out this cookbook again. It's the Xi'an Famous Foods recipe book. I actually bought that for us when we got back from China. We were missing home, wanted to make some stuff, and I've been wearing that thing out, okay? And it's good, all right? The stuff I've been making, it tastes right. So all I can say is, this is legit. Pick one up, buy a copy. You can make these too. So I'm gonna make a couple recipes out of that book, which is great, and I'm gonna show you a couple other things you can make to go inside it. All right, let's get into it. Up first, we got these Chinese spicy pickles. Oh yeah, pretty simple. Start with just a cucumber, and you're gonna slice it up into some nice pickly sizes, okay? You don't want it too small. You want something you can get a good bite out of. And then we're gonna chop up a chili pepper, whatever kind you got. Serrano, jalapeno, whatever. All right, we're gonna peel our garlic. Y'all know that trick, right? You press down on it with the knife and you can get the skin off. And then we're gonna mince this pretty small. If you had a garlic press, that would be fine. You could use that, but I don't have one of those, and whatever. I like doing it this way. So chop up a bunch of garlic. Gonna add some sugar, some salt, a little bit of soy sauce, and a little bit of vinegar. All right, that's gonna be a combination we return to a lot. And then our chili oil, okay? We made it last time, and now we get to utilize this wonderful red deliciousness we've created. Spicy pickles. These guys are ready to eat right away, but they'll last a couple days in the fridge. Any longer than that, and they'll start to lose their bite. Number 2, shredded carrot salad. Ooh, this is good. Now, you could use a box grater if you have one, but it's really important that you get the exact right shreds on this. And I find with a box grater, it's just too thin and it doesn't work right. So what you do is you cut some slices and then you lay them out like a deck of cards, kind of spread out, and then you slice again, and that's how you get your nice julienne. If you miss any, you can go back and chop them a little better. Here's one more time through. Now, they're not going to be uniform, but that's okay. They don't have to be uniform. The main thing is that they're not too thin. I'm going to mince some more garlic, and then we got a couple dry chili peppers. We're going to chop those up, and some cilantro. That's our herbs and spices. Now, on top of this bowl of carrots, we put our garlic, we put the chili peppers, and some Sichuan peppercorns, and we want to get those right in a nice little pile, and then hit it with some hot oil. They would use a lot more oil in a Chinese restaurant. I'm using less, okay? So it'll be less oily, but still cook those spices. Then we add our vinegar, 1/4 cup of vinegar. We add our sugar, we add our salt. Stir it around, make sure all the oil and the spices and the vinegar mix together. Hit it with some cilantro. This one's done. Third up, this one's really simple. It's just gonna be some shredded cabbage that we stir fry. So we'll get some canola oil in the pan. Again, we would use a lot more oil if we were being legit and doing it in China, but cutting back on the oil. 1 clove of garlic, a little bit of ginger. We're gonna chop that up while our oil's getting hot. And then you wanna cut the cabbage, shred it. So like you're doing a coleslaw or something. You can use a food processor again if you want, but I'm just showing you, you don't have to. Just cut it with a knife. Now, throw the spices in first, a couple chili peppers, Sichuan pepper, and our garlic and ginger. And get those nice and cooked through. Now you could take those out and just have the essence of them in the oil and then stir fry the cabbage, but in this case we're just gonna leave them in. Stir fry the cabbage pretty quickly, vinegar, soy sauce. This is done. Last one, shredded potato salad. Okay, to start off, we're gonna do the potato just like we did the carrots, only it's a little bit easier because it's bigger. Okay, so you wanna cut it into some thin slices. Not too thin, but thin enough. It helps if the potato's flat on the bottom, so you can cut a piece of it to flatten it out on the bottom if you want. Get them nice and thin, line them up, lay them out like a deck of cards, and chop. I really like doing this. It's really satisfying when you do it. And again, this is how I found to get the best thickness for this dish. Again, you can use a box grater if you have the right setting. Cover them in some water, and then we're gonna cook them. Bring this water to a boil. And we're only going to cook it for a few minutes. You're going to salt it and let the water come to a boil. While you're waiting, you can chop up a green onion, whites and the greens. You don't really have to keep them separate, although I just tend to. Just let this boil for like a minute or two, and then you're done. Gonna put that in a strainer, cool them off, wash out any excess starch. All right, then we're gonna put them out on some paper towels to get off all the moisture. Just dry them out as much as we can. If at this point they're too tender, that's a problem, okay? So you want them to still have some bite. Now we're gonna fry our spices. I got them in a cup, and oh, that oil hit me because I'm trying to video and cook at the same time like some kind of fool. All right, but you just wanna toast these spices. It's just, again, Sichuan pepper and chopped up dried chilies. Add some salt, add some sugar, green onions on top, and a little bit of rice wine vinegar. And then we're gonna add that oil. This time I drained out those chili peppers, okay, and the Sichuan peppers. So put that oil on top. It should cook the onions. Again, I should use more oil, but I'm doing it healthy, and we still get the flavor. This is it, potato salad, ready to go. You don't have to have these salads just in a Cai Jiamo, okay? That's normally how we would eat them. But you can also get them sometimes at a restaurant like as a cold dish. This potato recipe was not my favorite, okay? The potatoes were a little bit overcooked. A big part of these vegetable salads, besides the flavors that you're combining, are the textures, okay? Because you have a soft bread and maybe you have an egg that's kind of soft. The vegetables should retain a crispness, right? So that they crunch when you bite into them. The carrots definitely did that. The cabbage as well. Potatoes were a little bit overdone. I got another like really good Chinese potato dish I'm gonna try to show you guys maybe later this year. But the flavor of this potato dish was still good, and the texture, actually, it was pretty complementary with the other textures that we had going on. Other thing about these salads, if you make them fresh, the vegetables will be as crisp as they can possibly be, okay? If you put them in the refrigerator for a day or two, bring them back out, reheat them, whatever, they're gonna lose some of the crispiness, but what you find is they marinate in the oil and spices that you put, so the flavor just gets stronger and better, like more intense. So actually, it's a pretty fair trade-off. Also, it's kind of hard if you're trying to do a Cai Jiamo yourself to make all of this before breakfast. So it's a trade-off, crispness, flavor, and actually, next day, still quite crisp for the most part. So we've got most of it made, okay? Next week, I'm gonna show you how to make the last few things that go in the Cai Jiamo, then we'll put it all together. We'll see how it turns out. Spoiler alert, it's good. Hey, if you try to make any of these, let me know how it goes. I'm interested to know if you're trying them, if you're into this, or whatever. And if you got other Chinese dishes that you've seen me have on the street before, or that you've heard about, I might know how to cook those too. Maybe. I might not. But you know what? Reach out and ask, because maybe I already know how to make it, or maybe I can learn to make it, and we can figure it out. So yeah, let me know what y'all want to see. Thanks for watching.